Mm. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hip Senior Podcast, Book Edition. Today, we are interviewing with Paula Sarver. She is the author of An Introspective Journey, a Memoir of Living with Alzheimer's. Paula, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. So, you wrote An Introspective Journey, a Memoir of Living with Alzheimer's. Tell us a little bit about you and why you wrote the book.
So, my mom struggled with Alzheimer's for many, many years, and mom was always in the habit of writing in her prayer journals for years and years. And while we were working with mom being put in assisted living and some memory care and just getting her the help she needed, I started going through her prayer journals. And so I just started processing what she was experiencing as the disease was slowly taking over her body and mind. And it was understanding what she was going through and processing what we saw, what was going on, and then to understand what was going on in her mind.
You read this before she passed away, right?
Yes.
Do you feel like your direction of where you went with that because of these journals was helpful and helped guide you?
When I started reading the journals, she was pretty far along, so it was looking back in the past more so than the present. When I started looking at her journals, she had already stopped writing, but it helped me understand what she was going through and how to interact with her in the future.
Okay. So, who do you feel are good people to be reading this book?
I think caregivers would be most interested in understanding what's going on in the mind of someone with Alzheimer's. We often see different behaviors for those with Alzheimer's, but we don't really understand where it's coming from, and we really don't know what to expect. I've had lots of people who have read the book that were caregivers and it felt like it was just in time of exactly what they needed to hear at that moment. Alzheimer's is one of those diseases that you hear people say, oh, someone's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and then you don't really see them or hear about them anymore. They stop going out in social situations. And because of some of the nature of their behaviors, people are embarrassed and just don't talk about it. And what people don't realize is that this is very common behavior and in ways that we can support our loved ones. Mom would say things like she'd see people and she'd write about, I know I'm supposed to know them for some reason, but I don't have a history and I can't communicate because I don't know where I know them from, even though she knows that she should know who they were. It's common experiences like that we don't necessarily understand on our end.
Yeah, they were familiar to her, but just not connecting those dots.
Yeah.
So, someone read your book, they set it down, they can only have one thought about your book. What would you hope that one thought that they would take away from this book would be?
I would hope that they would say, wow, I'm not alone. There are others that have experienced this, and I can move forward and give them that strength in knowing that support is out there when you feel very alone.
Very fair. All right. Paula, thank you so much for writing such a wonderful book. I hope a lot of people get a real lot of strength and courage from your book because it definitely is a daunting diagnosis when somebody gets this. So hopefully that they get encouragement from your book by reading this. Thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.